Who doesn't enjoy a warm cup of coffee in the morning to get things going? But is coffee actually healthy? Find out next. Coffee is one of the most popular drinks worldwide. Everyone seems to be attracted to having that warm cup of coffee in the morning to get things going. But unfortunately, coffee has a lot of stigma around it. So what happened was many years ago, scientists came out with some studies and they showed that coffee consumption was linked to an increased risk of heart disease. And as many of you know, heart disease is a major problem. It is the #1 killer in America currently. So when this came out, there were headlines everywhere in newspapers and magazines, and that's why coffee has such a stigma behind it, and even some people today still believe that coffee consumption is bad for you. But what the scientists messed up was that they did not account for the fact that regular coffee drinkers are also more likely to smoke cigarettes and drink a lot of alcohol. And many of you know smoking cigarettes is bad and drinking alcohol is bad for you. So when you take someone and you say that they drink coffee, smoke cigarettes, and drink alcohol, then they are obviously going to have an increased risk of heart disease. But what happens when you take that out of the equation and you look just at people who drink coffee versus people who don't? When you do that, you actually see that coffee is extremely beneficial, which is great news for those of us who like to drink it. So much so that the American Heart Association now actually has on their website, they show that coffee has a very large amount of antioxidants in them. It's actually one of the #1 sources of antioxidants in the American diet. So that is going to help to clean out free radicals and help prevent damage in your body. Coffee consumption is also linked to an increase in energy and mental acuity, which is really important for those of us that like to get a lot of things done. It can also help to increase your weight loss. So when you have caffeine, you are going to increase your metabolism, and it's also going to make you more active, which is going to help to burn more calories, which can help to facilitate your weight loss goals. And really cool is that it decreases your risk of mortality. So regular coffee drinkers actually have a decreased risk of type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, all of these things. Actually, your risk goes down when you drink a regular amount of caffeine. Now, I want to point out it's really important that in these studies, they were looking at black coffee. They were not comparing this to these double mocha frappuccinos with whipped cream all over and syrup in them. Those are not going to be beneficial for you, mostly because of the increase in calories that you are going to be getting. So many of these drinks can have upwards of 1,000 calories in them, which in most people, you should be eating somewhere like 1,800 to 2,500 calories in a day. And so if you're getting half of those calories from this one drink regularly, it's going to make it very difficult for you to maintain a healthy weight, which is the most important thing when it comes to decreasing your risk of disease and living a long and healthy life. The other thing that's really important is that caffeine, while it's really good, it can increase your energy, help facilitate weight loss, it also can have a negative impact on your sleep. And we know that having poor quality sleep is going to increase your risk of all of those diseases. Plus, you are going to have less energy, you're going to have less motivation. It's going to make it more difficult for you to maintain a healthy weight. So it's really important. Myself and many others recommend that if you are going to drink caffeine, that you try and get it in as early in the day as possible and no later than about 1 p.m. That way your body is going to have enough time to metabolize that caffeine, get it out of your bloodstream, so it's not going to be negatively impacting your sleep. And speaking of metabolism, some people have a genetic defect where they are going to metabolize caffeine very, very slowly. And you can actually learn this, and this is what I do with people when I work with them, is that we take your genetics, we get it through a company like 23andMe, and then we take the raw data and we put it through a third-party program where we can look even deeper into your genetics and really determine if you are a fast metabolizer of caffeine or a slow metabolizer of caffeine, which can help to tell us, should you be getting your coffee or tea consumption, really early in the day, like 8 or 9 a.m. at the latest, or can you kind of get away with having it a little bit later in the day? So I hope that this has been helpful. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to help out. As you saw, regular black coffee consumption can be extremely beneficial. It can help to increase your energy, increase your mental acuity. It can help to facilitate weight loss and prevent your risk of tons and tons of different diseases, as long as it is not negatively impacting your genetics. So if you are interested in learning if you are a slow metabolizer of caffeine, make sure you go to my website. You can go to catalystimpacts.com and click on coaching, and we can hop on a call and we can talk about how we can get your genetic data and figure out if you can metabolize caffeine. So again, this is Floyd Meyer reminding you to live better so that you can do more.